into the postseason over the last 3 years. The future is even brighter. James Shields, Evan Longoria, David Price, and now Desmond Jennings leading the way. Tonight, the Rays organization seeks its 1,000th win in franchise history. We welcome you to Tropicana Field as the Rays continue their homestand. A victory yesterday, and they go after what would be a win and a series victory. A win tonight over the Texas Rangers. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. We'll be hearing from Todd Callis in just a few moments. Well, we all know the Rays had a tough start at home this year, but recently things have been better. They won 5 of the last 7 series at home. A win tonight would make that 6 out of 8. And while Evan Longoria is not at third base, he is in the lineup because of his big bat, his run-producing bat, especially since the All-Star break.
You got to keep that in there. And Evan Longoria, you're right, Dwayne, since the All-Star break, Evan Longoria has 14 home runs, which leads the American League. He also has 35 RBIs. Actually, that's from July the 21st. And you think about the production, been getting it done. We're starting to see that powerful stroke come back. Not only that, Evan has 60 walks on the year. More than half, 32 of those walks have come during this stretch. And he sits right now at 25 home runs and 80 RBIs. We talk about setting goals. I mean, if I'm Evan Longoria, I say, hey, listen, I got a chance here to still, my average isn't where I want it to be, but I still have a chance to be a 30, 100 RBI guy, 30 home runs, 100 RBIs. That's a definite goal of his, and looking to close out strong here.
Well, if the Rays get a win tonight, it will not most likely come easy because C.J. Wilson is on the mound. He has been tough against the Rays, including last Thursday when they faced him over in Texas.
A couple years ago, this guy's picking up saves out of the Texas bullpen. Last year, first year as a full-time starter, he goes 15-8. And the last time out against the Rays, you saw why those numbers are where they are. 14-6 this year. 6 innings, just with 2 earned runs, 2 hits. He gave up a big home run to Kelly Shabak, but he was perfect through 5 innings. And really, he was elevating the fastball when he wanted to. Had the breaking ball, the slider, will throw a little bit of a cutter. He was very, very tough. Rays are going to get another shot at him tonight.
And tonight's pitching matchup is brought to you by Coventry Healthcare. Again, C.J. Wilson, 14-6 on the hill for Texas. And the Rays counter with a Texan of their own, Jeff Neiman, after his 10th win of the season. He is 9-6 on the year. Rays not only go for the series victory tonight, they're looking for victory number 1,000 in franchise history. Todd Callis will have more on that in a moment.
Rangers and the Rays. It was pouring outside a moment ago, but inside obviously very comfortable. 72 degrees, ready for a little baseball this evening. And for the Rays, a chance at history, looking for their 1,000th franchise victory. Remember, this is a franchise in the Tampa Bay region that for years they were hoping to get the White Sox, the Mariners, the Giants, other teams. And finally, they got their own team in 1998. And so we asked you, was that the greatest moment in Rays history, the first game? Was it Wade Boggs' 3,000th hit? Was it when the Rays clinched their first playoff berth, beating the Minnesota Twins? Those are TB's 1, 2, and 3. The Rays proving that 9 truly did equal 8 after not winning more than 70 games at all in their franchise history to go to the World Series, win the ALCS Game 7, that's TB4, or last year, Matt Garza's no-hitter. What do you think was the greatest moment in Rays history? Text your vote to 789-789, standard message and data rate supply. Rays bench coach Davey Martinez has been here since the very start. The Rays were awarded the expansion team in March of 1995. The first game where Davey was in right field was March 31st of 98. The team, as you can see, is one game from reaching the 1,000 victory plateau, and AL East champs 2 of the last 3 years, the World Series in 08 against the Phillies. Davey talks about being a part of this franchise all the way through the 1,000 wins.
This organization went from the bottom to where I feel one of the best organizations in baseball. So to be here and be a part of that 1,000 wins, obviously very special to me. You know, I started here since day one, and we didn't win as many games when I played here, but it's gratifying to know that, you know, we've turned this thing around and we got a chance to win, you know, on an everyday basis.
Well, there's Davey Martinez. Did play with the Braves and was away for a little while, but back with the Rays in his hometown area where he is looking for the franchise to win the 1,000th game ever. We'll have the first pitch for you. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson with all the action coming up next.
Are ready to play baseball tonight. The Rays and the Texas Rangers. Here is the Texas starting lineup. Ian Kinsler leads it off, followed by Elvis Andrus and then Josh Hamilton. Michael Young will be the designated hitter and hit cleanup in front of Adrian Beltre, who's in there at third base tonight. David Murphy, whose 10-game hitting streak ended yesterday, hit sixth. Hits in front of Mike Napoli, Mitch Moreland, and Indy Chavez.
Well, making the start tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays, right-hander Jeff Neiman will be his 20th start on the season. This is part 2 of a back-to-back against the Texas Rangers. He went 5 innings in Arlington, giving up 5 earned runs. A lot of balls elevated. He'd be looking to work down in the zone. The game plan was fine. The execution not so much. He gets another crack tonight.
And here is Ian Kinsler. And the first pitch of this game is up a little bit. So we're underway right on time at 10 past 7. 1-0 the count. 72 comfortable degrees here at Tropicana Field. The pitch misses. 2-0. And that's the real key for Jeff Neiman. When he keeps the ball down, he takes advantage of his height. And he gets a lot of movement down there with his pitches.
Well, and he had to have learned that. Early in the season, a lot of balls elevated. When he went on the disabled list, he was 1-4 with an ERA of almost 6. Came back healthy, working down in the zone. Look at the results.
Finds the strike zone, makes the count 3-1.
So I think more than anything else, he realized himself, I create that angle, I'm tough to hit. That's why he struggled last time out. Too many balls up at the belt.
And a long drive deep to left, and boy, that's what Kinsler loves to do. He tees off. He's thinking home run on almost every pitch, and he hits number 26 here on a 3-1 pitch tonight to start this game.
Well, Kinsler wants to get you into a predictable count, and he wants you to make a mistake and elevate something. 3-1 fastball, look where this is at. Same thing that hurt Jeff in Arlington. Balls up around the waist.
Well, he hit one in his third plate appearance against Neiman last Thursday in Arlington. Home run number 26. So just like that, Texas is off to a 1-0 lead. And the pitch to Elvis Andrus is too high. 1 ball, no strikes. Their leadoff hitter, Kinsler's hit more home runs than anybody else in their lineup. And the only guy who's hit more home runs for the Texas Rangers overall this year is Nelson Cruz. He's on the disabled list. He has 28. That's 26 for Kinsler, the leadoff man. 2-1 the count on a foul ball. Andrus was on twice in the game yesterday. In fact, scored the only run off Shields when he walked to start the ninth. Chops it to short. Elliott Johnson makes the play. Nice little pickup and throw on the money to get the Texas shortstop.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up behind Jeff Neiman tonight. In the outfield, left to right, Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Brandon Geyer. Across the infield, third to first, Sean Rodriguez, Elliott Johnson, Ben Zobrist, Casey Kochman, Jose Lobatone behind the plate. Tonight's Ray defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
Josh Hamilton takes a fastball up. 1 ball and no strikes. Number the other way, foul. The count is 1-1. It's down and in. Runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. Hamilton with 19 home runs. In the top 10 in slugging percentage. Takes a good rip at that pitch, fouling it back. That was a fastball, and he liked that one.
He did, but he was a little bit tardy on it. This ball gets in a little bit on Josh. He's just not able to pull the hands all the way in. Neiman with good location on that fastball against the foul ball.
Too low.
You don't want to tempt fate too many times. Go back to the off speed. That's been the key for Jeff Neiman too. Is a quick start. When you look at his numbers, first time through the lineup, second and third. Obviously, the first time the worst of the bunch.
And he walks it with a breaking pitch.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of pitches. I think that a fastball earlier in this at bat. Paul Schreiber called a ball and it looked pretty good. Might have been to Kinsler. I guess it was off the plate. Getting spoiled by those wide strike zones.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of those recently, but not now.
Jeff not real happy. That pitch was awfully close.
Pitch to Michael Young is inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, when you look at Neiman's numbers, we were saying through the lineup. First time through the lineup, he's at 283, but then the second time it drops down to 192, and the third time 223. That lets you know right there. You talk about wanting to get a guy off to a quick start. He can handle these guys second, third time through the more they see him.
There's a strike. And what it really, I think one of the things that it speaks to, he's 6'9".
Yeah.
And it takes him a little while to put all of that together mechanically and get into the flow of his game.
So do you do what you do with Wade Davis and get him going a little harder down in the pen so he's ready to go? You don't have to have that little bump in the road early.
2-1, because here in this inning, he's made 18 pitches now, and the majority of these pitches have not been where he wants them to be.
No, in fact, I would go so as far as say probably 15 or 16 have been either balls that have been elevated or off speed that's not a non-competitive pitch.
2-1 the count to Young. There's a strike. Tough to miss. 2-2.
Well, Michael Young looked like he was way out in front on a 90-mile-an-hour sinker.
Young, the second leading hitter in the league, batting .334. Upstairs, I mean, these guys, as we know, can swing the bats. All you have to do is look at the series that they had coming into this one out of Boston.
They scored 28 runs in 3 games. That's over 9 runs a game and 39 hits. That's 13 hits and over 9 runs a game on the road in Boston, and lost one of those games.
Now the 3-2. Runners on the move. The pitch is tapped toward third. Charged by Rodriguez to throw to first in time. He made a nice play right there to get Young. Hamilton was on the move in at second easily. And Rodriguez with a very good play.
And Sean Rodriguez hasn't played third in quite a while, but showing no rust whatsoever. Watch this jump that he gets, and he goes to the glove too. Glove and out right away. Beautiful. You see how he kind of let that ball go into the glove and then started twisting the glove to throw the ball into the throwing hand.
Now the third baseman, Adrian Beltre. Pitch a little close. 1 ball and no strikes. Two and 0. Two balls, no strikes. And that pitch is up, a fastball. 3-0. So Jeff still has not settled in the way he would like. 24 pitches into the first inning. You see right there, 15 non-strikes out of 24. Throws him a strike. It's 3-1. Beltre's 5 of 17 with a home run lifetime against Jeff. That figures out to a .294 average. And time granted by the plate umpire Paul Schreiber. Leadoff home run by Ian Kinsler. 1 out walk to Hamilton, a move to second on a ground ball out. 3-1 the count to Beltre. And that's a strike. So a full count. Kinsler, by the way, has hit 7 home runs leading off either the top or the bottom of the first inning this year. That's getting it started. Home run tonight. 3-2. He got him. He tried to check but could not. And Beltre is out on strikes. Texas settles for 1. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Rays are coming in to hit. Can do big things. Here at Tropicana Field, the Rays are coming in to hit in the bottom of the first inning, facing a left-hander tonight. They'll have Desmond Jennings leading off, followed by B.J. Upton and Evan Longoria, the DH. Ben Zobrist hits clean up in front of Sean Rodriguez, and then Casey Kochman, Brandon Geyer, Jose Lobaton, and Elliott Johnson, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Taking the mound tonight for the Texas Rangers, left-hander C.J. Wilson will be his 30th start of the season, 14-6 record, fresh off of a 6-inning, 2-hit, 2-earned run win against the Tampa Bay Rays in his last outing in Arlington.
Desmond Jennings takes a look at the first pitch, and it's off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball 2. He retired the first 15 men to face him over in Texas before Casey Kochman got a leadoff base hit in the 6th. And that's the ball that hit the left index finger of Wilson and eventually caused him to leave the game. 2 balls and a strike to count. Desmond at 311. And that's a strike. His on base percentage has been very good as well. Slugging percentage good. He's collected a number of extra base hits and taps it foul. So he's been a good blend of great speed and some pop in that bat.
It makes you excited about the future. All the different skill sets that he brings to the table.
Yeah, look at that on base percentage, 400. The slugging percentage, 547. I mean, here's a threat in any number of ways from the time he steps in there as your leadoff hitter.
And then, oh, by the way, when you head to the next half of the inning and he goes to the outfield. And tracks down some balls for you. So he's going to chip in all over the place.
3-2, and he sends a fly ball to center. Andy Chavez back to his left a bit and makes the catch on it. One away.
Let's take a look at the Ranger defense. Left to right in the outfield, Josh Hamilton, Andy Chavez, and David Murphy. Across the infield, third to first, Adrian Beltre, Elvis Andrus, Ian Kinsler, and Mitch Moreland. Mike Napoli will get the call behind the plate. Tonight's Ranger defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
Here's B.J. Upton getting out of the number 2 spot again. Takes a pitch inside. B.J. hit second yesterday in the game against Texas. Struck out a couple times, walked, and then hit a home run. B.J.'s 19th home run of the year, and hit a fastball out to right field. Fouls it back. That's out of play. It's 2-1, and this is something that excited Joe Madden a little bit, because I recall when he came up and was effective, he hit the ball that way a lot.
And that should excite any manager about any player, the willingness to go the other way. How many times, Dwayne, have you and I stood up here, or sat, either one, and talked about Casey Kochman and how he's been so consistent all year because of the shooting the ball the other way? Well, if BJ can do that with a little more regularity, you'll see his numbers start to perk up a little bit.
No, when a guy is strictly trying to pull the ball, pitchers love that. They'll take advantage of that all night long. There's a walk. Upton is aboard. Well, the Rays have some speed on base now. So BJ, the 7th leading base stealer in the American League, is aboard. And Evan Longoria gets a little rest tonight. He's the DH. In there with 25 home runs and 80 runs batted in. It's up. 1 ball, no strikes.
That's pretty remarkable, too, the way that this season has gone for Evan. Got off to the slow start, the injuries, the oblique, the foot, all these different things. And still, with 25 home runs, 80 RBIs, has a legitimate chance, if he can continue to stay hot, to end up with 30 home runs and 100 RBIs.
2-2. Well, you're right about that. He's got 22 games left. You know, could he hit 5 home runs and drive in 20 runs in that stretch? I mean, that's not a stretch.
No, you absolutely could do it. And I'll guarantee you, knowing Evan and wanting to finish strong, I guarantee you that's his goal.
Yep.
You're not going to get the average up to 275. It's just not going to happen. Not enough at-bats left. But you know what? You can continue to be productive, drive in runs, and get to that 3,100 mark.
Two 2-0 the count. Ground ball by the mound is short. Andrus to Kinsler 1. First base 2. 6-4-3 on the double play ball. We're at the end of an inning, and it's 1-0 Texas. Game is presented in high definition, brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Well, Jeff Neiman goes back to the hill. He'll face David Murphy, Mike Napoli, and Mitch Moreland. Murphy came into this series with a 10-game hitting streak. Announces this one foul outside of first, taking the count to 1-1. Cruz went on the disabled list, and Murphy got hot. Hits one deep to right field. Geyer back to the track. He's going to leap, and it's going to be over his head and out of here. A home run is the call. Angel Campos, the first base umpire, said that ball got out of here and then bounced back onto the field. A home run for David Murphy on a 1-1 pitch, and it's 2-0 Texas.
Yeah, that was that little split change by Jeff Neiman, and Murphy did a nice job of keeping his hands back and able to get this ball up and over the wall. Geyer jumps. Watch where the ball goes. See it right off the glove. The gentleman in the stands right there. That was over the yellow line.
Here's Napoli. Pitch is a strike. Napoli's hitting 293 as you take a look at Murphy in the dugout after that home run. One and one. Now here's a guy, one of the reasons he is in the lineup is that he's actually 5 of 10 lifetime against Neiman, with a home run, a double, and a triple among those hits. Foul ball, and the count is 1-2. The chopper back to Neiman, who recovers after the delivery and made a nice play on the big reach to take care of Napoli.
Well, tonight's game is available in Espanol via secondary audio programming, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Neiman touched for 2 leadoff home runs in the game. He made a good defensive play right here.
Able to get back to it. You know, Jeff kind of falls off towards first base and using all that 6'9".
A strike to Mitch Moreland. Moreland down in this Texas lineup, but quietly has done a nice job. 0-2. Good around first base. Foul the other way. So a 2-strike count holds on Moreland. Must have been inside, 1-2. Boston scored 4 in the first at Toronto. Luis Perez. Two balls, 2 strikes. So the Blue Jays bat in the bottom of the first. miss. Strikeout number 2 for Neiman. Neiman has been very good since coming off the DL, and here's the breakout when you look at the start and that bad back that had to play into those numbers.
Yeah, and that counts the first 2 coming off the DL. He had that rough start. I believe it was in Milwaukee. You see, after that, he lowered it down there, 7-2, 2.70. Starting to find his sights here a little bit. That was a good sequence, actually, to Moreland after working him in with some good mid-90s fastballs and then dropping that curveball on the outside corner and getting the swing and a miss.
1 strike to Chavez. It's high. The count is 1-1. And a shot deflects off Neiman's glove toward third. Rodriguez with a pickup, but there is no play. And Chavez has a base hit. Boy, how Neiman even got a glove up there to deflect that, I'm not quite sure we can explain how he did that.
Fear. That's what it is. You see a white blur coming back at you, and you just throw. I mean, he just threw his glove up there. Actually, it was behind him. That ball actually cleared his head. Threw the glove up there and just.
There's Ian Kinsler again. Runner takes off. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is in time. They throw out Chavez, caught for the 5th time this year, and that will retire the side. Nicely done. Here's the throw, and it's a 1-0 ball game. 2-0 now, Texas.
Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Ben Zobrist will lead off the bottom of the 2nd, and he takes the first pitch down. 1 ball and no strikes. Strike on the outside part of the plate. Zobrist, Rodriguez, and Kochman due up for the Rays. Rays down by 2. Zobrist, a little piece of that one, and it's foul. 1-2. Been 2 of 11 lifetime against Wilson. That includes a double. And he's out on strikes.
Well, C.J. Wilson, he likes that slider with 2 strikes, righties and lefties. Lefties, obviously, he's going to use it down and away. The righties, because he works the fastball in so much and the cutter, he'll then drop this in there. He'll make you aware of the pitch in and then make that one disappear.
And then he'll change speeds on you. And with that slider, that is a great strikeout pitch for him.
We'll see right there. He loves to pitch in on righties. Use the 4-seamer in there and the cutter and the slider. And then, like you said, change speeds. He'll go that changeup away.
2-0 the count to Sean.
And you saw those road ERAs and C.J. Wilson 2.58 coming into the game today. That's a run and a half lower than at home. Which you'd expect a little bit because of
his home ballpark. I mean, that's a runway to pitch in right there.
Yeah, really, you'd be happy. I mean, he's got a good record there, 7-2, ERA of 4. You'd be happy with that over a season.
And he walks Rodriguez on 4 pitches, so 2 walks here to the first 5 hitters he's faced. He threw a double play ball in the first inning after he walked Upton with 1 out. Now he walks Rodriguez with 1 out. And Casey Kochman's going to be the hitter.
And that's part of his game that he's done a much better job is controlling the walks. You know, last year in a full season he had 93 walks and 170 strikeouts. This year he's already at 173 strikeouts, few innings less, but the walks are down by 30. Just 63 walks coming into today, but the Rays have seen him give him 2 free passes already.
Sean Rodriguez back in at first. Well, Wilson admits to have been thinking about history when he retired the first 15 Rays in his last outing against the Rays over in Arlington. And it was the base hit by Kochman that broke up the potential perfect game and no hitter. And Wilson has been quoted as saying that will haunt him for a while. That base hit by Kochman. Looper into left. That ball might drop and will in front of Hamilton. A turn at second by Rodriguez, and so Kochman, it's only in the 2nd inning, but he picks up the first hit in this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, this hit should haunt you more than a base hit in the 6th inning of a ball game. Now, maybe the 9th, okay, some sleepless nights. But this pitch here, look at Kochman's reaction. He gives a little grimace as he heads down to first base. He's not liking that. But it falls right in. There's nothing worse than standing off that mound and watching a ball go up in the air like that. So lazy, just a little flop, and see that nobody's going to be able to get to it and realize, I cannot believe that's going to be a base hit.
Now the hitter is Brandon Guyer. Two men on with 1 out for Guyer. And there's ball 1. Guyer had an infield hit in the game Sunday against Baltimore. So he has that one and the home run, and a little popper right side. Moreland going out, and he's going to make the catch on this one. Moreland, the first baseman, got out there. Tell you, Guyer made a bid to further frustrate Wilson.
I mean, you start to implode with one of those drops, because that loads the bases at least. But Guyer gets jammed. And Moreland, those are the toughest ones, too. Those are the toughest pop-ups. It's directly over his head. You got to kind of run sideways. He did a nice job of getting back there and getting to that.
Runners still at first and second with 2 outs. 2-0, Texas leading. Jose Lobaton, switch hitting catcher for the Rays. And he looks at a first pitch strike. Fastball to start him. It's 1-1. Lobaton 1 of 11 with the Rays. Picked up a 2-base hit. Roller to second for Kinsler. That will retire the side. A walk and a hit. 2 men left. On to the third. 2-0 Texas.
The middle game of the series with the Red Sox, but it's also the first annual mystery ball. Gates open at 5:10. We'll be selling mystery balls at gates 1 and 5. Actually, I won't, but the Rays' wives will. And Allison Shelton and a mystery wife joins me right now. More on the mystery wife in just a moment, but Allison, tell us what's going on Saturday.
This Saturday at 5:10, gates will open, and we have 600 baseballs. They'll be wrapped like this.
Nice.
And they're autographed by the entire Rays staff, coaches included. And they're also from Major League Baseball players that have visited Tropicana Field this year.
Yeah, we got like Jose Bautista, CeCe Sabathia. So you spend $30, you don't know who you might get. That's part, like, you don't even know who you are.
That's how I got married. You had no idea to spend $30, and that's what he got.
That's the fun part of it.
The mystery wife's going to be part of this, guys, on Saturday. You can follow the mystery wife around to the silent auction, which is also part of it.
Correct. Gates, we'll be selling the balls at gates 1 and 5 for only $30 a ball. And then up on the 4th floor, right in front of the Whitney Bank Club, we have all kinds of unique silent auctions, like things fans usually can't get their hands on. Like
Johnny Damon's bat up there. Johnny Damon's bat. What else? BJ Upton, opening day, signed base.
We also have a bottle of wine from Joe Madden's personal collection that he signed, and just other things normally you can't bid on. So that'll be going on at the Whitney Bank, right out front of the Whitney Bank Club, until the 7th inning, the last out of the 7th inning.
So the silent auction will go on until the 7th inning. The mystery balls at gates 1 and 5. The mystery wife, will you ever be revealed?
I'll be revealed after mystery ball's over. But we've got to sell out everything, and then we'll tell everyone who won.
All right, so Saturday, after it's all over, mystery wife will be revealed. And finally, Allison, where the charity is going?
The charity is going to go to All Children's Hospital. So all of our proceeds that we make on Saturday will go over to help them. They're a nonprofit hospital.
And Mystery Wife, will you keep that outfit on all the way through till Saturday?
Absolutely. I plan on running around like a lunatic, bringing everybody upstairs to Whitney Bank with me.
So keep an eye out for her. Absolutely.
Guys, the Mystery Wife, it's going to be part of the Mystery Ball, and it's Saturday night. You're not going to want to miss it. Back to you.
Well done, Todd. Color coordinated there, too, with at least half of the Mystery Wife matched his tie.
Yeah, I like that whole idea of the Mystery Wife.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why does everybody react that way?
Well,
I did. I mean, I thought that was a good little setup there. Come out and make it happen, people.
you like that as a marketing strategy, is what you're saying.
I just like the concept.
Yeah. You mean for you personally? Yeah,
that's never a good idea.
Okay, good. Yeah.
It needs to be. You
need to have an idea.
Than a coin flip, right? Have a little bit of an idea.
There you go. Well, kind of like the idea of the Mystery Wife.
I meant, in accordance with the charity.
Good. I was a little worried for a moment. Base hit by Andrus. He's at first, 1 on, 1 out. Josh Hamilton in the batter's box. Home runs, solo shots here by Kinsler and Murphy accounting for the scoring. Andrus at first. No count yet to Josh Hamilton. 1 ball, no strikes. Neiman keeping an eye on the runner over there. The pitch is shot toward the gap into right center field. All the way to the wall. This is going to score Andrus. It's a double for Hamilton. And Texas with another run home makes it 3-0. So the double, the 27th of the year for Hamilton, drives in his 80th run.
Well, look at how the split changeup just kind of floats out over the plate. Hamilton does a nice job of staying right on that pitch and blistering it out into the gap. Andrus, he knows that ball's in there. He's running hard. He's going to score easily, and the Rangers now lead this ball game 3-0.
Now Michael Young. Ground ball shortstop, play at third. The throw is right there. Johnson to Rodriguez cuts down Hamilton on a fielder's choice. Sharply hit ball by Michael Young, and Johnson never hesitated about going to third.
Yeah, when that ball's hit that hard, you see Hamilton off, and this ball's out in front of him too. This becomes an easy play for Elliott Johnson. You can see Sean Rodriguez waiting for Hamilton to slide in. Just a bad read.
Hamilton went in head first. There's a ground ball foul outside of third by Beltre, and he may have tweaked something there. Jamie Reed, the former Rays trainer, and now the Texas Rangers trainer, works on him there. Hamilton still goes head first with that head first slide. He had a fractured. There's a line drive and a base hit for Beltre. Down to second goes Young, and Beltre is aboard.
Well, another pitch
Jim Hickey is going to go to the mound.
Yeah, well, you got too many pitches that are catching a lot of plate and that are elevated. I mean, Beltre just smoked that pitch. That was 91 down the middle. This is where Jeff got into trouble in Arlington. Just too many hittable pitches, and we've not seen that out of him over the last couple of months. He's been very good down in the zone, in and out, the curveball. But he's put himself into a lot of bad counts. You do that, you become predictable, and you combine that with elevated pitches and get a little sideways out there.
Yeah, and as you well know, it's such a fine line with that delivery. A very small mistake in the delivery is magnified by the time it gets to the plate.
It's like putting. You make one little, you got a 50-foot putt, you're off by just a degree or two when you putt it. Well, by the time it rolls 50 feet, you've missed the putt by 6 feet. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
that's the same thing out on the mound. One little mistake, and that ball's offline a little bit. Well, by the time it gets to the plate, it's missed by a foot or two.
David Murphy. The pitch drops in. It's too low. Breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Murphy homered in the second. Beltre has now a 12-game hitting streak. It precedes his trip to the disabled list. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Beltre's now hit safely in all 6 games since he's been back off the DL, and overall a 12-game streak. One shot foul down toward the bullpen. 1-2. Run in the first, a run in the second, and another run in the third, giving Texas a 3-0 advantage. Slow, blocked by Lobaton. Boston now leading 6-0 in Toronto. Blue Jays batting in the bottom of the second inning. And a rain delay in New York. That game's underway. Baltimore and the Yankees, no score in the top of the first. Full count. It's a tough combination out here right now. You have Paul Schreiber is going to make you throw a strike at a pitcher who has struggled with his command a bit. There's a shot toward right center field, and that's going to be in there. One hop and to the wall. Young will score. Beltre heads to the plate. Murphy's in at second with a double, and it's a 3-run inning and a 5-0 ball game now.
Oh, David Murphy, how about him going down and getting this curveball? This is not a terrible pitch at all, but it's starting to break it down and in. David Murphy's hot right now, and you see him, he just dropped the bat head. That wasn't a huge swing.
Yeah, he's hit safely in 11 of his last 12. And the 12th game tonight, he has a double following a home run his first time up.
Ball's on off-speed pitches. He hit the split change out of the yard for the home run, the curveball there.
Napoli takes a big cut, fouls it back, strike one. So a tough beginning to this game for Neiman. He's been tagged for 5 runs. It's inside to Napoli. 1-1 now. That's a breaking ball for a called strike. 1-2. Further checking that New York game. There's still rain delayed there, so they're not playing. The Orioles and the Yankees delayed at Yankee Stadium. It's outside. 2-2. Neiman, who gave up 5 runs on 6 hits in 5 innings in his last outing Thursday against Texas. 5 runs, 7 hits allowed tonight. And a cut to miss. Napoli's out on strikes, retiring the side. But not before Texas adds 3, and the Rangers lead 5-0.
Run deficit. Well, for all the latest news, in-depth investigative reporting, and sports coverage, sign up for the St. Petersburg Times. And if you want home delivery, you can get it by calling 877 the Times.
St. Nicholas spending the summer in St. Petersburg.
Smart man.
First pitch to Elliott Johnson is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
You better listen up this year. I'm not going to take no for an answer again.
There's a strike. Does he know what you want?
Oh, he knows.
Really?
How many letters do I have to send?
There's a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I wouldn't want it to be a mystery to St. Nicholas.
Right.
What you might want.
Right.
Okay,
I
so
see
let him know.
I see what you're getting
let him
at.
know. Yeah. Swing and a miss. Johnson is out on strikes. That is the first out here in the 3rd.
Now, that's the tough thing for Elliott Johnson. Anybody who's in that position of not getting a whole lot of playing time. That right there was just an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And watch how late Elliott is. I mean, that ball's by him. The swing gets long. There's just nothing like game live pitching.
Jennings swings over that pitch. Strike 1. Some breakdown. One and one. A 1-1 count. Rays have had 2 walks and a base hit through the first couple innings. And Jennings is ahead in the count, 3-1. Wilson, a 15-game winner last year, after his 15th win of the season tonight. Into right field. Murphy backing up, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down. Rays start to get some action in the bullpen. Cesar Ramos is loosening. B.J. Upton steps in. Detroit has an 8-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd at Cleveland. And Upton takes a strike. Two. Wilson is among the league leaders in a number of categories, tied for 5th in wins. Came into this game 7th in strikeouts. Count is a ball, 2 strikes. He's made a very almost seamless transition from the bullpen, from closing games to starting games. Beltre at 3rd base takes care of Upton. 3 up and 3 down go the Rays. We head into the 4th inning. It's 5-0 Texas. Of this game through 3, leading the Rays 5-0. We go to the 4th, and that means it's time for the AT&T trivia question tonight. Which Rays player, which Tampa Bay player had the first hit in Devil Rays history, dating back to the opener on March 31st, 1998? Mitch Moreland leads off the 4th. Rays started the night in pursuit of their 1,000th victory in franchise history, and they're down tonight. 1-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes. right-hander Jeff Neiman to shift on, and with that, Zobrist perfectly positioned. That throw was high, but Kochman came right down on the bag. So Zobrist makes the play, and so did Kochman.
Yeah, nice to have a first baseman over there that'll pick you up. Almost like Ben Zobrist had too much time. He kind of lollipops that throw, and Kochman getting huge air.
It's one of the reasons he stays loose over there at first base.
You never know.
Yep. Andy Chavez takes the pitch high. One ball and no strikes. How about this guy? Chavez has had a great year for them. You look at all he's done. He's done a nice job in the outfield. He's run the bases well. Takes a strike. Came into the game hitting .306. Good on base percentage, and for the number of at bats, he's accumulated quite a few total bases. Breaks his bat on this one, and Kochman is there with a toss to Neiman. 2 up and 2 down. Better start to this inning for Neiman than the others. Gave up leadoff home runs in the first and second innings to Kinsler and Murphy, and then with 1 out, Andrus singled, and that led to a 3-run third. So here is Kinsler. Takes a pitch inside. He hit the ball very hard last time up in the third, and Rodriguez down at third base made a nice play on it. Fly ball straight away center. Right to B.J. Upton. He didn't have to move at all. Made the catch. 1, 2, 3. Bottom of the fourth coming. 5-0 Texas. Our AT&T trivia question tonight: which Tampa Bay player had the first hit in Devil Rays history on March 31st, 1998 against the Detroit Tigers? And you're looking at him, Davey Martinez, with the first hit. And here's a look. Davey Martinez makes the turn there, and here he is again.
Sans the beard. The clean-shaven Davey Martinez. Bud, did you see him hustling out of the box, too?
Yeah.
Just like he wants his guys to do now.
That's the way he's always played the game from the first time he got to the big leagues. Evan Longoria leads off the bottom of the fourth inning. Strike one. Evan, a double play victim in the bottom of the first. Takes the pitch. That's a strike. 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. And strike 3 called. The pitch started wide and caught the plate. Strike 3 call.
I'll tell you what, how about this sequence by C.J. Wilson? He goes fastball away, strike 1, changeup away, strike 2. The cutter up and in to stand Evan Longoria up, and then comes with the backdoor cutter and gets the call by Schreiber. I'll tell you what, that is, we talk about some of the sequences that Jeff Neiman has put out there where you just dominate a hitter by virtue of the pitches you throw and where you throw them. That was a great one.
Just down, and you could see that Evan didn't agree with that call, and neither did Foxtrack, as it turned out. But a great game plan there by C.J. Wilson.
And that's where game plan and execution have to go hand in hand. And when they do, it's a pretty thing to watch. Unless you're Evan Longoria and any Rays fan. But the execution by C.J. Wilson was flawless.
2-0. Now he picks up a strike to Zobrist. It's 2-1. Cut and a miss. 2-2. Saltalamacchia has hit a home run. 2-run shot for Boston. Now it's 8-0 Boston. Toronto batting at the bottom of the 3rd. There's a liner into center field. That's going to be a base hit for Zobrist. He makes a big turn at first with the second hit given up tonight by C.J. Wilson.
Cutter trying to backdoor it. That ball cuts back across the middle.
See that nice level swing by Ben, keeping his head right down on the baseball, driving right through it, shooting it up the middle.
Now Sean Rodriguez. And there's a strike, a fastball away from him. A 1-1 count. And raining in New York, where the Orioles and the Yankees are scheduled to play. Rays started the day 9.5 back of New York, 7 back of Boston. The Rays, with their win yesterday, 5-1 over the Rangers, cutting the Texas lead to 2.5 over the Angels. All 2 strikes. So that Texas lead now down to 2.5, and that's the smallest lead they've had since the end of August, when they had a 2-game lead. Right now 2.5 and 2 on the loss side. Ground ball to the right of the shortstop Andrews. The throw to second. Safe, the call there. Zobrist beat the play in. Andrews got airborne as he turned to make the throw to second base.
And this ball hit over in the hole. Ben Zobrist gets a good secondary, gets a good jump off the secondary, and he's able to slide in secondary, and off he goes. Trying to beat it, and he does.
So 2 men aboard for Casey Kochman. Kochman looped the base hit into left his first time. And that's a quick strike around the knees. Strike one. Angels are on the road. Nope, they're at home. So we'll wait on their score. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Yeah, they'll play Seattle later on. It's Fernandez and Santana, the pitching matchup. The 0-2. Ground ball by the mound is short. Andres steps on second and throws to first to get the double play, and the Rays are retired in the fourth. 5-0 Texas.
Durham Bulls. Charlie Montoyo has been their manager 5 years. They have now won 5 straight Southern Division titles. They will face Columbus in the playoffs tomorrow in Game 1 in Durham. Russ Kanzler was International League MVP. And guys, before the game, Brian Anderson talked about the Rays rotation. There you see 2 of the 3 guys that are going to pitch. Matt Moore, who could be Baseball America's minor league player of the year. Chris Archer, acquired from the Cubs in the Matt Garza trade, is going to go in Game 2. And Alex Torres, acquired from the Angels in the Scott Kazmir trade, is going to go in Game 3. So quality starters at the big league level and some guys not too far behind as well that could make an impact. Back to you.
Yeah, Moore had a great year in the Southern League at Montgomery. And upon his elevation to AAA, he just didn't miss a step at all. He was great.
I would say
the Durham Bulls.
How about cranking it up a notch?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Up and in to Andrews.
Well, it's about time.
2-1 the count.
That's what Jeff Neiman sending a little message here, knocking someone off the plate. This ball up and in.
Yeah, don't get too comfy up there.
No, a lot of these Texas Ranger hitters have been. You've been seeing them just buggy whipping. Back leg, big strong swings.
2-2. I'm surprised that you still don't see that more often. For both teams.
I think it's because the umpires have been so quick for the warning. And then all of a sudden, everybody's on alert. Guys are getting tossed. Managers are gone. And, you know, the game is not policed like it used to be, which that's how it was handled.
I mean, you need that to pitch.
If you don't have the inside corner,
yeah,
or the fear of it, yeah, it makes it extremely difficult.
Yep.
You almost have to be perfect away.
Absolutely, and I mean, I know they want to cut down brawls and all of that, but if you handle them the right way,
right?
I mean, people understand, pitchers and hitters.
Some do, and some like to get on highlight shows by taking a trip out to the mound.
Ground ball to short, now to third as Rodriguez cuts in front of Johnson, and Sean makes a nice play. Just move to your left and take it if you get there.
Well, guess what?
At third base.
He is playing a very good third base, but how about that Neiman after that buzz job? Yep. Then all of a sudden a breaking ball. Andrus, you know, backside headed towards his dugout, reaching out there. A little easy rollover and a nice play by Rodriguez.
You know, I still have to believe that. I mean, you still got to pitch in more like that. You just have to do it. And, you know, if an umpire wants to overreact and, you know, warn people and kick people out, I guess you have to do that. But I think they know the difference, you know, as to whether a guy is trying to hit somebody on purpose or just trying to move a guy back off the plate.
I would agree for the most part. But we've seen those games where after a warning, a guy will get tossed by hitting a guy with a curveball that backed up. Really? It's 78 miles an hour. If I wanted to hit this guy, well, for me, it'd be more like whatever. Somebody else would be 90.
The shot toward left center field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Hamilton's on his way to second with a stand-up double. He's on base for the third time tonight, a walk and 2 doubles.
Number 10.
Well, here's your checkers double of the game. This time, Josh Hamilton elects to go to the left side, left center field, going right out there. That strong swing we talked about. Got strong hands and strong wrists. He can really drive the ball the other way. He just flipped that ball out there, and it shot off his bat.
Now Michael Young. And Young takes it up the right side, foul. Ramos up in the bullpen again down there. He was up in the 4th and now is up again in the 5th inning. Strike the count to Young. Foul ball, 0-2. You know, I can understand that. I think starters especially, because they see these guys repeatedly have to throw inside. And I think that in a way could extend to bullpen guys as well, but they don't see guys as often, and they're so often in critical situations you don't want to risk maybe hitting a guy. But I still think you have to come in. And hey, if an umpire throws you out once in a while, you've established that you will come in, and people know that. It's down, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That would be one of the first things that I would implement, you know, in an organization is my pitchers are going to learn how to pitch in.
Yep.
From rookie ball, from the time they're drafted and signed till they come to the big leagues, you're going to learn to pitch in, and you're going to do it. Yep. Because on the nights that you don't have your good stuff, it can buy you a couple of innings because you're a couple of balls in to keep these guys honest until you find your stuff. Helps out.
Yeah.
And you make hitters respect both sides of the plate. And when you do pitch in, you pitch in effectively, and you pitch in off the plate, not just for strikes, but in off the plate. These guys aren't so apt to be diving out there, the ball's out over the plate. And by the way, that's where you're going to get the majority of your outs, is down and away.
Well, Michael Young just then, on a 1-2 pitch, took a very healthy cut and fouled it back. Now, that's what hitters are supposed to do. If you allow them to do that, they should do that. It's 2-2 now. But if you've got and this is a tough lineup, you need every bit of what you've got, everything in the arsenal to try to beat a lineup like Texas because they're that good. You've got to pitch into it. Looper, short right field. It's going to drop in front of Geyer. Stopping at third is Hamilton. And Young loops a base hit the other way. Nine Texas hits.
Well, that was a payback there for the Kochman hit to left field. Good breaking ball down and away, and you got what you wanted out of Michael Young. You got him reaching. You got sort of awkward reaching swing, but again, when you're able to put the ball in play, sometimes good things happen.
First and third with one out for Beltran. And he lifts a fly ball center field. Upton makes the catch. He's going to sail it home. The run will score easily. And into second, down into scoring position goes Michael Young. There was no chance to get Hamilton at the plate.
Well, and when you end up airmailing a throw like that, all you're doing is allowing that runner, especially a good base runner like Michael Young, he's going to move up. You hand him second base, and they're going to score the run anyway.
So it's a 6-0 ball game with a man at second and 2 outs here in the fifth. And Joe Madden out of the dugout. Rays are going to make a pitching change here in the fifth inning. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS. The inning except the fourth. Cesar Ramos takes over on the hill to face David Murphy, and the pitch is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Young is at second base, and that potential run belongs to Neiman. Murphy is homered and doubled. And a base hit into left center field. The run will score. Young crosses the plate. It's a 2-base hit for Murphy. He is 3 for 3, and now it's 7-0. 10 hits on the night for Texas.
You wonder why David Murphy even swung at this pitch. This was a breaking ball, but way up. You see it was going to cross up Lobaton. Look at that. Not really sure what that pitch was supposed to be, but Murphy jumped all over it.
Here's Napoli. Rays decide to walk him intentionally. Now the left-handed bat of Mitch Moreland on deck. So 4 2/3 for Neiman tonight. 9 hits. He struck out 3, walked 1, made 93 pitches. Charged with 7 runs. And now the intentional walk moves Napoli into first. Moreland's going to be the hitter, and Hickey trots out to go over this hitter in the situation with Ramos. Yeah, we're talking about the left-hander Moore. He's 12-3 in the minor leagues this year for the Rays. He was 8-3 at Montgomery and 4-0 at Durham. He made 18 starts at Double-A with an earned run average of 220, and 9 starts at Durham and an earned run average of 137. That's a nice trend.
Oh yeah.
12-3 overall in 27 starts with a 192. Here's Mitch Moreland. A couple of runners on. The pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. Too low. 2-1. Ramos working in relief. Pitched an inning and a third in relief of Neiman last Thursday against the Texas Rangers. Bouncer foul. It's 2-2. Rays have been out hit 10-3 and trail 7-0. Well, Jeff had a difficult time of it tonight with this Texas lineup, but in the very first inning he struggled with his command.
Never was able to really iron that out. Continued to plague him as the outing went on, and
pitch is down.
It seems mechanically that Jeff kind of peels off towards first base, but he's doing it a little bit early right now, and it's causing his arm to drag, and it's affecting his command and location.
A swing and a miss takes care of Moreland. Ramos strikes out the Texas first baseman. The Rangers add 2 and lead 7-0. Ian Kinsler in the first. They got another leadoff homer in the second from David Murphy, connecting off Jeff Neiman. They added 3 runs in the third inning. A couple more in the fifth. Murphy's had a good night. He is 3 for 3 with 3 runs batted in, a homer and 2 doubles. Jeff Neiman worked 4 2/3, touched for 7 runs. So it's been David Murphy leading the charge for Texas tonight. Brandon Guyer leads it off, and the first pitch is a strike. Boston now has an 11-0 lead in the top of the 4th inning at Toronto. It's fouled back. They have 14 hits already tonight. Everyone in that Boston lineup with a hit except Dustin Pedroia. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Guyer. Lobaton next, and then Johnson. And a base hit through the left side off the bat of Guyer. Leadoff single here. The rookie outfielder is aboard. There you go. Tonight's game is being seen by our troops around the world in 175 different countries and aboard ships at seas on the American Forces Network. And we salute all of you and thank you for your service. Jose Lobaton steps in. Lobaton lays off the pitch upstairs from C.J. Wilson. He did go on the appeal down to Angel Campos at first. Ground ball shortstop. Andrus to Kinsler and over to first. The scoop by Moreland and a 6-4-3 double play. Well, they got a double play in the first inning, got a double play in the fourth, and another one here in the fifth.
A little short here on the throw by Kinsler, trying to avoid contact, but a nice scoop by Moreland down there at first base to finish off that double play. That's tough. You get the leadoff man aboard, looking to make a little bit of noise here. Twofer.
Elliott Johnson takes the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. This one is low, 2-0. So 3 double plays thrown by C.J. Wilson. As you referenced, the twofer.
2 for Tuesday.
Yeah. Pitcher's best friend.
Love him.
With a strike at the knees. 2-1. And a strike at the knees. That takes the count to 2-2 on Elliott. Cut the miss, and Johnson is out on strikes. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We're through 5. 7-0 Texas. a strike call. Chavez singled in the second. 1 for 2. A ball and a strike. We're talking about Matt Moore's season with that combined 12-3 and a 192. How about this? 155 innings, 210 strikeouts, with an opponent's batting average of 184 for the 22-year-old lefty.
That's wanting to go out and embarrass people. I mean, that is over the course of a season. You know, we're not talking about it in rookie ball, which would still, you know, if you're there, you can overmatch him. He's got to be able to pitch. And obviously, he's done that extremely well. The strikeout per 9, that huge.
Swing and a miss. Chavez out on strikes. Second strikeout for Ramos.
Well, hey, fans, you can start your weekend off right with Friday Fest, presented by Captain Morgan, when the Rays host the Boston Red Sox this coming Friday. The first 10,000 fans get this Casey Kochman t-shirt presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get your tickets right now.
Casey, the 5th leading hitter in the American League right now. Pitch. Kinsler looks at a strike. So that's Friday night to the first 10,000 fans. This is high. 1-1. I hope they have enough. I mean, Seminole itself should be here. You know, it's Casey Kochman.
Yeah.
T-shirt night.
Right. The long lost son.
Yeah. It's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike.
Wandered back to Tropicana Field, just been spraying the ball everywhere all year long.
One of the really great stories in baseball this year. Ground ball headed to short. Johnson makes the play. So 2 up, 2 down in the 6th inning. Elvis Andrus is headed to the plate. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Retired on a very good play by Sean Rodriguez at 3rd base in the 5th inning. 1 for 3 overall. This pitch is upstairs, breaking ball. 1 ball, no strikes. There's still rain delayed as far as we know. Baltimore and New York. Boston batting in the 5th, leading Toronto 11-0 in Toronto. High pop foul. It's going to be out of play.
And you can expect them to probably be there all night, too. You know, you think about what happened the last time. Yankees' schedule is brutal enough, and then after the flap they had in Baltimore with the hurricane.
Yeah, and I guess technically they're still trying to figure out when they're going to play that makeup involving the Rays.
Yeah, that is not been scheduled.
Getting a little late.
It's road trip.
Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Rays already had a makeup game on the backside of that series. Originally supposed to be a 2-game set. The day off on Monday. And the Rays will have that. And then they'll play Tuesday and Wednesday. And Thursday was a day off. Going to be a makeup game there. But before they get to that, they're going to have to play a doubleheader somewhere in there.
Yeah. I know that Monday, I believe the Yankees have a one-game makeup with Minnesota.
They do.
So you can't play that day. So, yeah, it's either Tuesday or Wednesday. And right now, I guess it's the best 3 out of 5 coin flip. And it's all knotted up in 2 between Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yep. Ground ball to third. Sean Rodriguez and a scoop at first by Kochman. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom half of the 6th coming up. 7-0 Texas.
Lead 7-0. Rays batting in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The rotation that the Rays will face this weekend against Boston a little bit different than they originally thought. Eric Bedard will not go. He's got a little bit of a knee issue. And Josh Beckett left last night's game due to a sprained ankle. Went back to Boston. They concurred it is a sprained ankle. So here are your 3 starters against the Rays. John Lackey against Wade Davis Friday. Kyle Weiland against Jeremy Hellickson on Saturday. And John Lester against James Shields on Sunday. A little different look for the Red Sox this weekend than we originally thought. Guys, back to you.
Well, that's that's interesting. They lose Beckett. Here's the pitch to Jennings, and he takes it for a strike. The bottom of the 6th underway here. The Rays had hoped that things would work out a little better tonight than they have so far. A little pop-up. Kinsler retreating into the outfield. So tomorrow afternoon's game is going to be important. The Rays will have David Price against Derek Holland. The Rays came in 7 games back of Boston in the wild card with 22 games left to play. Boston with a big lead tonight, and the Rays are down big here. But if they could, they certainly had hoped that they could keep it at 7. And maybe pick up a game going into that series, and you never know what could happen head to head. You know, there's time, but they're going to have to get down to business and do some winning. Want to know the count to B.J. Upton. And stranger things have happened, as we know. But you really need to close that gap. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. I mean, they're getting close to that point, and we've referenced before how, you know, in 2007 the Phillies trailed the Mets by 7 games on September 12th and won the division by 1 game. How about that?
Well, there you go. It can happen.
BJ takes a walk. Second time he's walked tonight.
But like you said, the Rays are going to have to take care of business.
Yeah,
you're going to get into these weekend series against Boston. You got to sweep.
Yeah,
you can't take two and give one back, and there's no time for that. You've got to go on a serious run. Now, the one thing I'll say in the Rays' favor is that starting pitching they're going to roll out. These guys, as a group, are capable of going out and dominating every time they take them out.
Longoria. Well, at some point, we talked about this all year. It's something that the Rays have not been able to do because these starters have been so good and they've lost so many close games. The offense has prevented the Rays from reeling off a 10-game winning streak, and you win 13 out of 15. They've not been able to do that. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Upton at first, 1 away. And a liner foul down toward the bullpen. Count is still 2 strikes. An 0-2 count. Goes away, and the count is 1-2. And a pitch in, and a cut and a miss. So Longoria is out on strikes, 2 gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way he worked over Evan Longoria in the previous at-bat, he goes the exact opposite this time. Starts him off right there, okay? Slider, strike 1. Curveball, swing over the top of it, get him leaning out there, come in, quicken him up with the cutter, get him leaning again on the fastball, and come right back in. Look where those pitches are on Fox Tracks, all over the place. Talk about mixing up your sequences to a dangerous hitter. What could Evan look for there? I mean, never stayed in one area with the same pitch the entire sequence.
Inside, it's 1-1. Well, for the Rays, this is more of what they've seen and really not done against C.J. Wilson. He continues to be very tough. 2-1. Down to third. Beltre gets the force at second on the throw to Kinsler. We're through 6, and it's 7-0 Texas.
retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Josh Hamilton leads off and misses a slow breaking ball to start the 7th inning. Strike one. Hamilton has been on base 3 times with a walk and 2 doubles. Cesar Ramos on the hill for the Rays. Jeff Neiman charged with 7 runs in 4 2/3. Slowing away. Hamilton, Young, and Beltre due up. Juan Cruz has started to throw. Right-hander up in the bullpen. Two and one. It's a 3-1 count. Day game tomorrow. We'll be with you at 12:30. David Price against Derek Holland. Matchup of 2 very good left-handers. Down to first. That's going to be a fair ball. Kochman steps on the bag. 1 out.
Well, join the Rays in honoring our community's first responders on Sunday, September the 11th, when the Rays host the Boston Red Sox. First 10,000 kids 14 and under will get a Rays fire helmet presented by Chili's. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more information.
Pitching change coming for the Rays. Juan Cruz will be summoned from the bullpen. Back in a moment.
A 7-0 in the 7th inning here. I'm Angela Jacobs, reminding you that you can get connected with Fox Sports Game Connect on FoxSportsFlorida.com. You can get all your stats, analysis following the game on the field, but also an interactive way to participate online. You can sign into your own Twitter account right on Game Connect. So tonight, fans are talking about that serious run the Rays would need. You can weigh in and say if you think they have what it takes or not. Again, that's Fox Sports Game Connects on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Guys, back to you.
All right, Angela, thank you very much. Juan Cruz, the new Rays pitcher. 49th appearance for Cruz, and he faces Michael Young. Pitch outside. 1-0. So anything in 2/3 for Cesar Ramos, 4 2/3 for Neiman. count. Pitch outside, 3-0. Pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate. 3-1. Foul back. So the count is full. Full count to Young. High foul the other way. And ball 4 is outside.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com today.
So the walk to Young puts a Texas runner aboard. Adrian Beltre is the hitter, and a ground ball to third. Rodriguez to Zobrist, 1 and over to first, and around the horn. 5, 4, 3 double play. 7th inning stretch time. 7-0 Texas. Well, that says it all to this point. This Texas offense, a run in the first, a run in the second, 3 in the third, and 2 in the 5th inning. The Rays come in to hit in the bottom of the 7th. Have no runs on just 4 hits against the 30-year-old left-hander C.J. Wilson. First pitch, Sean Rodriguez looks at that for a strike. Sean has been on base twice tonight with a walk and a single. And is down in the count 0-2. Had some nice tilt to that pitch.
Yeah, and then as this game has moved on, C.J. Wilson is showing a much better mix of pitches. He's got them all involved now.
The 0-2. It's lifted up the right side. Will carry out a play foul. Count 2 strikes.
Oh, we'll keep it out of the trash can. That's when the trouble starts.
Shot. Oh, down the right side. Look out.
Did that get him?
I think it got him.
Wow.
He had the glove up there.
Yeah, talking about deserving a baseball. I think he took that off the chops.
I think he did. Just check him out.
Yeah.
Strike 3 call on Rodriguez. Strikeout number 6 for C.J. Wilson. Wilson has been very good in the Ford leaderboard. Most wins by lefties the last 2 years, and Wilson, part of that crew. C.C. Sabathia tops the list. See David Price in the middle, and Wilson looking for his 30th win over the last 2 years here tonight. He was 15-8 last year. Came into this game 14-6. He's ahead of Kochman, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. That's a foul ball. It's 1-2. Foul the other way by Kochman. 1-2. The pop up on the right side. Borland back fair now, and he makes the catch. So a strikeout and a pop out. Boston leads 13-0. Top of the 6th. And it's still showing a rain delay in New York. Baltimore and the Yankees.
They'll be there all night.
Oh, here's Geyer hitting one back into right field. Murphy just short of the track makes the catch. 1-2-3. We head into the 8th. 7-0 Texas.
to nothing. Get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things-to-do iPhone app powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store.
Jake McGee is the new pitcher for the Rays, their fourth of the night. Neiman, Ramos, and Cruz, and now McGee on to face Murphy. Napoli due to hit next, and then Moreland.
Getting the forecast for New York.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah, somebody needs to, because they've been waiting a long time. The Orioles and the Yankees. Rain delayed. The pitch to Murphy is a strike. Ground ball right side, and it's past the diving Zobrist. Great effort by Zobrist there from his second base spot, and Murphy is 4 for 4. Home run, 2 doubles, and now a single for Murphy.
Yeah, he's hit the ball all over the place, too.
Yeah. He has indeed.
And he has torched Rays pitching over his career. So Rays a hard time.
He's 13 out of 25 to start the month of September. Napoli ball gets away from Lobaton. Well, Nelson Cruz went down with that hamstring issue. I figure they lost him for about 3 weeks. And as soon as he went down, Murphy got red hot.
Opportunity.
There's a strike to Napoli. It's 1-1.
You never know when it's going to come your way, and he is taking the extra time that he's getting and seizing the moment. Tough to find a spot in this Ranger lineup.
Yeah, you'd better be able to hit if you're going to play for the Rangers. Two balls and a strike. Cruz, their leading home run hitter with 28. He's on the DL. Well, while Kinsler stepped up, he has 26 home runs, including the leadoff home run tonight in the first inning to start this game. There's a shot well hit into right center field. That will one-hop the wall. Up and plays the carom. Murphy heads to the plate. It's a double for Napoli. And the Rangers make it 8-0.
We talked about this lineup being able to hit. If you're going to leave pitches out over the plate, and on top of that, make them predictable fastballs, this is what this team's going to do. And that he didn't even get all of that ball, but he's so strong. Pushes it out into right center to score Murphy.
So Napoli is now at second base. Mitch Moreland in the batter's box, and he takes the pitch too low. One ball, no strikes. That's a strike. It's 1-1. Boy, the Yankees and the Orioles have waited so long. Foul out of play. 1-2. And here we are in the 8th. The Yankees weren't very happy with the Orioles about the weather situation and the approaching hurricane on their last trip into Baltimore. A foul ball back.
Jeter and Teixeira at the movies.
Yeah, they're having dinner right now.
Right.
Rain everywhere.
Yep. Doesn't look like they'll be starting anytime soon.
Two balls, two strikes. Texas scoring the 8th run of the game here in the 8th inning. Close right there with a fastball. The count goes to 3-2.
This pitch just off the plate. Lobaton does a nice job of it. You can see how he freezes that, trying to get the call from Schreiber. But we've seen he's not widening that zone for anybody. You better throw it over the plate.
Fouled back, and we'll see another 3-2 pitch. Well, the Rays have gotten to 14 games over 500, which matches their season's high. And they run into the Texas offense tonight and trailed 8-0. A run home in the 8th with a man in scoring position and nobody out. Another 3-2 pitch. He got him. Fastball from McGee. Moreland out on strikes.
Well, nothing fancy about this. Full count. Everybody knows what's coming. Just overpower them.
Well, here's Chavez now. Fouls it up the right side, now to play. Chavez is single, grounded out, and struck out. 33-year-old outfielder. And he's played well for the Texas Rangers. Strike at the knees. 4-2.
There's the makeup call.
Chases this high fastball against the lefty and is out on strikes.
Well, if Rays pitchers strike out 10 batters in a home game, you can take your ticket stub to any Cane's Furniture store and pick up a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, while you're there, you can sign up for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Cane's, quality so good, it's guaranteed for life.
Here is the strikeout.
Get off me.
Just get away from me, will you?
It's like you're swatting at a fly in your backyard.
Exactly.
The fall away swing.
7 strikeouts for Rays pitching. 2 gone in the 8th. Here's Kinsler. 1-0 the count. Kinsler 1 out of 4. Hit the home run to start this game. Hit a 3-1 pitch into the stands and left in the first. Strike on the outside part of the plate makes it 1-1. Two and 1 now. You see this Texas club tonight put up 8 runs, 12 hits. It really makes you appreciate what James Shields did in the game yesterday.
Oh, sure. Once again, just going out and mowing teams down, and that was after having went 8 shutout in Arlington against them in his previous start.
3-1. I mean, when you think what he has done against this club, 25 innings, his last 25 innings against them, 2 earned runs, 1 yesterday, and that didn't come until the 9th inning. Came on the 2nd out in the 9th when they finally got a run. And there is ball 4. So Kinsler heads to first. Elvis Andrus now the hitter with men at first and second. 2 outs and a run home. A foul ball back. Texas trying to go over 500 against American League East competition. They're 21-21 against the East at the moment. They were 2-7 against the Yankees. There's a strike. 0-2. But the thing about that, they're 2-7 against the Yankees, 6-4 against Boston. But they had to play 6 of those games against New York in New York, and 7 of their games against Boston in Texas. The pitch missed, and it's 1-2. So they're playing outside the division, and that's one of the challenges of the schedule now. One ball, 2 strikes. And a foul ball up the right side. They're playing on the road against the Rays here, the 2nd series. They played the Rays 1 series over in Texas. So that sort of imbalance when you go out of your division. That's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you can have more games against Boston at home, but you're going to go to the Yankees more. You're going to go to the Rays more.
Yeah.
Not easy.
A ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. Neiman, Ramos, Cruz, and McGee. Here we are in the 8th. 2 men on, 2 men out. A run home. The 2-2. He got it. Struck him out. Well, he strikes out the side, all on hard stuff. They score a run, leave a man. 8-0 Texas. Ford dealers. By Coventry, Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. And by Subway, eat fresh. From Tropicana Field, we move into the bottom of the 8th. Jose Lobaton leads it off, hitting right-handed against Wilson. And he chops one foul, third base side. Lobaton with a couple ground balls tonight. One to second, and the last one to the shortstop, Andrews, who started a double play with that ground ball. A little tap halfway to the mound. Wilson with a pickup and the throw, and Lobaton is out of there.
Well, the Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. Each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $71,500 has been donated.
Elliott Johnson. A couple of strikeouts for Johnson tonight. He pops this one foul out of play. Six strikeouts on the night for Wilson. He's limited the Rays to just 4 hits and no runs. And a tap to third. Beltre's throw to first in time. And so Wilson, who's just barely over 100 pitches here, is 2 outs into the 8th.
I'll tell you, he's done a tremendous job tonight of really rocking the Rays hitters back and forth. Getting them thinking about the ball in and getting them out on a pitch away. Getting them leaning out over the plate, thinking about going out there with 2 strikes and then jamming them with the cutter. Just back and forth, in and out all night long.
The pitch to Jennings is a strike. One and one. Two balls and a strike. Wilson has 2 complete games this year. And is 2-2 with Jennings right now. He has 5 in his career, and he's never thrown a shutout. And he has one going here, 2 outs into the 8th. Full count now to Jennings. And he continues to be extremely tough against the Rays. Kinsler takes care of that chop. So 3 ground balls. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays. On to the 9th. 8-0 Texas.
Well, September 11th, the regular season begins with a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. First, the Falcons take on the Bears in Chicago as two of the NFC's best go head-to-head. Or the Eagles battle the Rams or the Lions Buccaneers. And then the Giants take on the Redskins in D.C. or Vikings Chargers, Seahawks 49ers, or Panthers Cardinals. Coverage begins Sunday, September the 11th with the Built Ford Tough Fox NFL pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Check local listings for the games in your area.
Leonis Martin will pinch hit here in the 9th inning. And bat for Josh Hamilton. Pitch is inside to Martin. 1 ball, no strikes. Hamilton had a good night. A couple of doubles, a walk. Drove in a run and scored a run. He departs. Brandon Gomes is the new pitcher for the Rays and throws a strike. It's 1-1. They got a run off McGee, 7 off Neiman. Ball, 2 strikes. Martin appeared in his first 2 big league games in the Boston series for Texas. And he starts to go. Did he? He did not, says Joe West. Take a look and see what you think. Hold up.
I think, yeah.
Two and 2. And a big cut to miss. Martin out of there on the fastball.
Well, FoxSportsFlorida.com has the latest news surrounding all of your favorite Florida sports teams. Log on for post-game coverage of tonight's matchup. Find out the way Will Muschamp is looking to improve and stay connected with Game Connect, the ultimate second screen experience for Florida sports fans. It's on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Log on now. A lot of big-time meetings have taken place.
Big Game Connect
over
meetings.
Game Connect,
Yeah.
absolutely. A lot of melding of the minds.
Been right there in the middle of it, too. Here's Michael Young sending a fly ball to the opposite field. Geyer makes the catch on the warning track. 2 outs, 9 strikeouts by Rays pitching here. And Esteban Herman will pinch hit for Beltran.
Well, you know what? If they get one more, as we go down to Canes to once again beg for our black leather chairs for the booth up here, we can at least pick up a coupon for pizza.
That's right. And the crowd here recognizing with the strikeout of Martin, they're closing in on 10. Another shot left, and here's Herman. There's a foul ball. 2 strikes away from a trip to Canes and the pizza. A strike. Gomes all set. And that's down. 1-1.
That looked like a pretty good pitch.
Fans didn't like the call. There's pizza at stake.
Let's take a look. Were they right?
Oh, give it to him. The pop up. Foul ball. Kochman digging hard, and he gets to the railing and makes the catch.
Gets booed.
That's a great catch, but there is a mixed reaction there. Great play by Kochman, but with that catch went all hopes of a pizza. 1-2-3 ninth. We go to the Rays half. They're down 8-0. 3 walks and 4 hits, but no runs. Struck out 6. He's been good again.
Well, he has been very good early on, establishing his pitches, and now really just toying with the Rays at this point, using it in and out, the cutter, the slider, the fastball. He's just done a really nice job. Like I said last inning, he's getting the Rays looking for pitches in or where the pitches in, getting them out of the way, and then once he gets them leaning, he's been busting them in, just keeping the entire lineup off balance all night.
B.J. Upton opens the bottom of the 9th inning and lifts the fly ball into left. Chavez, who just moved from center to left, makes the catch. It's a 1 pitch and 1 out. Chavez in left. Martin is the center fielder. Changes on the infield as well. Herman stays on to play third, and Andres Blanco takes over at second base. Here's Longoria. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike. Evan was doubled up in the first. 6-4-3 double play. Since then, he has struck out twice and a ground ball to third off the glove of Herman. So that's a base hit.
Well, Evan gets the head out quick off the glove of Beltre.
Ben Zobrist pitches a strike. Still the Rays. One and one. Wilson. 2 complete games on the year. He has 5 for his career and has never thrown a shutout. 1 on, 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Wilson, after his 15th win. And that's too high. A 3-1 count. Ground ball, shortstop, Andres. Blanco 1, first base 2, 6-4-3, and on the 4th double play of the night, this game is over. C.J. Wilson has gone the distance, has thrown a complete game 5-hit shutout against the Rays. The first shutout of Wilson's career. He'll win his 15th game of the season. It's an 8-0 final here as the Texas Rangers even this current series at a game apiece. And it ended on the double play off the bat of Ben Zobrist. Double play started by Andres at shortstop. 8-0 the final. Back with the totals in a moment.